Hello guys, today is Wednesday and I haven't taken any trade this week, and this is my first trade on NZD and my reason for taking this trade is quite simple. I did not take trades on Monday. I did not take any trade on Tuesday because Monday tends to be messy because it is the new week opened, and yesterday I did not trade because we had CPI today and we had a nice delivery of gold yesterday. It was a daily IR to ER move which was completed in a single day. So the reason for taking this NZD USD trade is quite simple. As you can see, we have this daily IR to ER move right here. As you can see, we have this daily IR to ER move right here. And I might be stopped out, but I do not care because I took my setup, so I'm not bothered as to what price will do. And we have this daily IR to ER move right here. And on the 4-hour, if you go on to the 4-hour, you'll notice that we tagged this 4-hour bearish fair value gap and we had SMT created inside of it. And we have this equal lows right here. We have this equal lows right here. We have this equal lows right here. Price created this equal lows and traded into the 4-hour bearish fair value gap. And we created SMT inside this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. And on the 1-hour, we created the SMT on the 4-hour right here. Is the SMT that took the Asian highs, and on AUD USD, as you can see, we failed to take that Asian high. Therefore, we had SMT being created. So after I saw this 1-hour swing high being swept, I then went on to the 5 minutes, and on the 5 minutes, we had a nice rejection after we took that 1-hour swing high, creating 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And I placed my sell limit at the opening of the 5-minute bearish fair value gap and targeted to and my stop loss close to the high. And as you can see, I am about to be stopped out, but I do not care because I took my setup, so I don't have control over what price will do. So I'll just wait and see what price will do. If I'm being taken out or if we do have a reversal, then fine. If I'm being taken out, fine. I do not have any choice. I can't do anything, and I do not close trade manually. I take my setup and leave price. As you can see, I'm still in the trade on my 3 accounts, on the good funded account, and on the 5% account, and on my life account. I'm in the trade on these 3 accounts. So I'm just waiting for the outcome. If I'm stopped out, fine. If I'm not stopped out, fine. So I'll update you guys as to how the trade went. So, and hello guys, the trade actually hit stop loss. So this was the result, the outcome of the trade. As you can see, we suspected a 5-minute bearish fair value gap which was created off of a 1-hour swing high and SMT created. We disrespected it and price eventually traded back into the 4-hour bearish fair value gap again. Right now, I also have my eyes on Euro USD right here. If we get to create this 5-minute bearish fair value gap right here, I'll take a trade. If we get to create it, I'll take a trade. As you can see, we have SMT with the daily highs. We have SMT with the previous day highs. As you can see, GBP USD took it. We took this high, which was the previous day high. We took it, and on Euro USD we failed to take it, and also on DXY we failed to take it. So if we can get a 5-minute bullish fair value gap right here, I'll take a trade and target this failure swings right here. We have this failure swings. We also have that failure swings on. We also have that failure swings on Euro USD. As you can see, we have these failure swings right here. So if we can create a 5-minute bearish fair value gap, I'll take a trade. Actually, I have to wait for this 15-minute bullish fair value gap to be disrespected first before I can take a trade, because this can act as a support and push price higher. So I'll have to wait for this to be disrespected first, then I'll take a trade. So let me check NZD USD. Okay, we have a 15-minute bullish fair value gap here also. So if I'm going to take a trade, I'll have to wait for it to be disrespected. That will be the only way I'll be able to take a trade on NZD USD and Euro USD. If we get that 15-minute bullish fair value gap disrespected, then I can take a trade. So that was the outcome on the NZD USD trade. As you can see, I got stopped out. I have nothing to do. I've been on a losing streak since last week, and this will be my I think this will be the 5th time I'm losing a trade straight. The price, I'm waiting to see what price will do if we disrespect this or we respect it. I'm waiting to see what price will do.
Hello family, it is me again. How do I look? Okay, so today is Wednesday and I just lost the trade and I'm still chilling. I can't do anything about it. I don't have control over the markets. I took my setup and the market said not today. I said okay, so here I am. I just took my first loss of the week and I've been on a losing streak. I've been losing a lot since last week. I think I'm on a 5 losing streak, but I'm still chilling. I'm not affected. Revenge trade, and that's one thing I'm very happy about, that I've been able to stop revenge trading. The market doesn't affect me again. At first, I'll take a loss and I'll end up taking 5 trades in a single day. That was crazy, and I'll end up losing all that 5 trade. I remember I bought a 5K account at 5% chance and I blew it just on the trading section, which was New York trading session. I started trading around 1 and by 3:30 I had blew the account. I had reached my daily loss limit and that account was breached. So I am here today. I have taken 5 losing trades since last week, and this week I've already taken 1 loss, and I've already taken 1 trade, and it was a losing trade. And here I am chilling. So life goes on. I can't do anything about it. If I see a setup, I will take it. That is if it is in my strategy. That is if a strategy, I'll take it. I have nothing to lose. I don't care what price does. I do not care. If I see another setup today, I'll take it. I still have 1 trade to take because I normally take 2 trades a day and 5 trades in a single week. So I still have another trade to take. And if that ends up being a losing trade, man, I'll just go and sleep. So catch you guys later.
And guys, I have taken another trade. Here we go again on Euro USD, and it is quite a simple trade. We have this daily IRO to ERO move right here, and my reason for touching this trade is because we have created SMT. So the reason for taking this trade is because of the SMT which has been created inside the daily bearish IRL. Here today, we had no SMT being created. So we created this SMT during this session, just this New York session that we created this SMT. I have noticed that we closed back inside the range, sweeping this previous 1 hour candle high and closed back inside the range. On the 50 minutes, like I said earlier, I wanted to see this 50-minute bearish, I wanted to see this 15-minute bullish fair value gap being disrespected, and as you can see, we've disrespected it. And I took this trade on the 5 minutes because after we tagged this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here, price traded higher, tagged this 5 minutes bearish fair value gap, and displaced lower. So I took the trade after this 215 candle closed. I noticed that this 215 candle has closed, disrespecting the 50-minute bearish, disrespecting the 50-minute bullish fair value gap. So I took this trade. And I'm currently in the trade. So I'll update you guys the outcome of the trade, and hopefully it won't be a losing trade, making it 6 losing trades. We hope we get a win because I am tired. I am tired. 5 losing trades in a row. Come on, that's crazy. That's very crazy. So hopefully, we hope that this trade will be a winning trade. Well, price can show you shaking, so I'll just have to wait for the outcome. So I'll update you guys the outcome of this trade. So stick around, okay? Hello. So I'm about to give you the outcome of the Euro USD trade I took, and guess what? We did not hit the profit. I closed it manually because very soon the market will be closed, and I do not want to hold the trade to the following day. So I closed the trade over here, right here. As you can see, I have this line here showing that I closed this trade, and I had 1.87 R, so it was a 1.8 R trade. So finally, we've seen profit. We've seen profit. At 5%, I was able to close $103, and on the gold funded, I was able to close $93. And on my life account, guess what? Because I had already taken a losing trade, so I was very tight on my life. I was very tight managing the life account. So after we had this drop lower, sweeping these lows right here, and I saw this candle, I just went break even on my life account. But on this trade, after I saw that we took this low, I noticed that on GBP USD and DXY, we had taken the same low. Therefore, there was no SMT created. That means price is not ready to reverse. That's what I have learned from the market. I don't know about you, but that's what I have learned from the market. That if I do not see any SMT, that means price isn't ready to move. So After I noticed that we do not have any SMT at this close, I noticed that price wasn't ready to go higher. So I just placed my stop. So my stop loss was here at the opening of the 5 minute bearish fair value gap. That's where my stop loss was. After we had this displacement, I then moved my stop loss to break even. My profit accounts, I then moved my stop loss to break even on my two profit account. But on the live account, I had already been tagged as break even. So I did not lose any money on the live account and I did not gain any money on the live account. But I was able to close some profits on the good funded account and the 5% account. So finally, I have been able to see profit. So I'll come back tomorrow and see what price will offer. So catch you guys tomorrow. Hello, beautiful people. So today is Thursday, and I have taken a trade on AUSD, which was a winning trade. My reason for taking this trade is quite simple, and as you can see, we have a daily IRL TPRL move right here, which hasn't been completed yet. So this is still valid for me to take a trade. So when I came and saw this during New York session, I then went on to the 1 hour to confirm the narrative if price is really going down. So I went on to the 1 hour, and when I went on to the 1 hour, this is what I saw. I realized that after CPI was released, we had this candle right here, which pushed aggressively down and pushed back into the range. This 12 p.m. candle right. After I saw this, I then realized that on DXY, I realized that price has already taken the external range liquidity after PPI was released. So after I saw this, I then waited because I don't want to take silly trade because of the way this candle closed aggressively back into the range. Price can just continue to trade lower. So I waited for the 1 p.m. candle to print. So after the 1 p.m. candle was printed, I noticed that it closed with a bullish 1 p.m. candle. So after I saw this, I now noticed that price was still trying to go higher. So then I went on to the 50 minutes on Euro USD to look for a narrative to push price lower. So after it came, I noticed that after PPI was released, price traded higher, swept this high, created another SMT inside that 1 hour bearish fair value gap with DXY. As you can see, we had equal lows right here. Therefore, price failed to take that low. So I realized that after taking this high, which also created the SMT, price created this 50 minutes bearish candle, which was pretty aggressive because with this candle close, with this 12:45 candle close, I was expecting price to move higher because with this, I wasn't expecting price to give me this 15 minutes bearish candle like it did. So after I saw this, I then noticed that yeah, price still wants to continue lower. And then we created this SMT with DXY, as you can see, DXY took this candle low, we took it and we created another SMT. So after this SMT was created, we then created this 15 minutes bearish fair value gap, confirming that we can use this 15 minutes bearish fair value gap to trade lower. So after this 15 minutes bearish fair value gap was created, I had to wait for price to give me a retracement into that 15 minutes bearish fair value gap. So I waited for a retracement and we had that retracement at 3:15. Price traded higher, creating this 15 minutes bullish candle, and we had SMT created. We failed to tag this 15 minutes bearish fair value gap, and on DXY, price tagged that 15 minutes bullish fair value gap, and we created SMT inside that 15 minutes bearish fair value gap. So after I saw this SMT being created, I then went on to the 5 minutes to look for any possible obstacle that can prevent price from going lower. So when I came, I saw this 5 minute bullish fair value gap here. So after I saw this 5 minute bullish fair value gap here, I then said I want to see this 5 minute bullish fair value gap being disrespected before I take a trade. So on the 1 minute, I had to wait for a 1 minute chain fair value gap to be created before I took the trade. So after we created this 1 minute bearish fair value gap, I noticed that this was a low probability, even though it is coming from a 15-minute bearish fair value gap with SMT at the highs. So after I saw this, I said no, I had to wait because we have a 5 minute bullish fair value gap, which can prevent price from going lower. So I waited for price to disrespect it by creating a new 1 minute bearish fair value gap right here. So whilst I was placing my sell limit, price immediately tagged this 1 minute bearish fair value gap and started displacing lower. And I still placed my sell limit and waited because my invalidation point for this trade to be invalid to me was this low. If this low is taken, then this 1 minute bearish fair value gap will be invalid to me. So after I placed my sell limit, I waited. Then price gave me this pullback into the 1 minute bearish fair value gap again. Then we started moving lower and eventually hitting TP. So this was the trade. It was a beautiful trade, and I was very patient today because normally after I saw this displacement lower, I would have just sold the market, but I had to wait for my sell limit to be tagged, and I was going to be okay if price just rallied straight to my straight to the external range liquidity without having to tag me. I would have been okay because I don't want to change price again, and my trade management was quite simple. So after I had this displacement lower, I moved my stop loss to this high right here because I don't want price to come higher to this. I don't want price to trade higher to this point, because if we come to this point, if price trade higher to this point, then likely we are going to take this high as well. So after I saw price create this 15-minute create this 1 minute bearish revenue, I moved my stop loss to this place. And after we respected it and we created this 1 minute bearish revenue gap, I moved to my stop loss to break even. I moved to my stop loss to break even, and eventually price moved and tagged my TP. So today it was a winning trade, and I am up to today, and I'm down.
Brothers and sisters, do well, do very well to avoid market conditions like this. I mean, look at this. How are you going to trade this? That's the reason why I'm not taking any trade today. I am actually sitting out, and I'm about to edit my videos and post them. So what I'll be doing today is editing, not trading. If I'm going to trade this thing, or if you're going to trade this thing, you are probably going to end up with a losing trade today. Avoid these conditions. We are currently ranging in that daily bullish fair value gap right there. We are ranging inside there. I mean, price isn't going anywhere. I mean, look at this. At this year, it was a nice displacement, and we consolidated. We had another displacement, and now we are consolidating. Obviously, we are going to have another displacement or a displacement down. So avoid this market. So guys, I am done for the week. Today is Friday, and I had a pretty steady week this week, and I'm quite happy. I was able to make profit this week and recover back what I lost last week. So I am very happy about it. And this is my current P&L for the week. And here is my overall P&L. And actually, I am very happy. And one thing about trading is you don't have to force things. Like from Monday to Tuesday, I did not see any better setup, and I did not see any clear price action. So I had to stay off the chart, and I took a trade on Wednesday and Thursday as well. I took a trade on Thursday as well, and today is Friday, and I haven't had any opportunity, so I am done for the day. And right now it is 2:09, and I am done for the day. Though I still have time, but I don't see anything clear on the setup, so I am done for the day. So hopefully I come back next week and I get a good trading week as well.